Hey everyone, it's Ellen here, and if you have been following my channel for a while, you would know that I play a lot of acoustic guitar here. However, if you have been following my electric journey, you would also know that that is something I've been interested in for a long time now, and I, have been trying to figure out how to play electric guitar. If you have seen this playlist and followed it, you'll see that the last time I updated that was quite a while ago, and I promise you there is an actual reason for that. And actually, let me just pull it up now. Alright guys, so this is my Fender Mustang amp, and don't get me wrong, it's an actually really great amp. However, there are a few problems that I've had with it as I've been trying to get more into electric guitar. First of all, it's huge and kind of bulky, and for me it's pretty heavy because I'm not a very strong person. And so what that means is it's always in one part of the house, in one room, and unless I'm in that part of the house, in that room, I'm not going to practice my electric guitar. It's just, not something that's in my line of sight that I think about on a daily basis. And then the other problem is that this amp almost works too well for what I need it for. I'm kind of just a person here trying to learn electric guitar on my own, and this amp I think was meant for more of a stage performance type thing, so oftentimes it's just so loud that I don't want to inconvenience my neighbors with my bad practice playing. And so I think I found a really great solution to this problem, and here it is. Can you believe it? I swear to you guys, there is an amp in here. So let's go ahead and get on with this unboxing. All right guys, so I cut through all the tape off camera because I get a lot of comments about my knife usage. So I've done that off camera for you guys. But let's go ahead and take a look at this Positive Grid Spark Mini amp. Alright guys, so this is the box that it comes in. As you can see, it's pretty tiny and very portable, even for me. And this is the Positive Grid Spark Mini amp. And right now, as of filming time, it is still on pre-order. If you're watching this and it's a little bit later, it's brand new. But here it says, Spark Mini, Smart Guitar Amp and App, Bluetooth Speaker with Spatial Audio. So let's go ahead and open the box and take a look at the inside. Alright guys, now that we've taken it out of the box, you can see that it's actually even smaller. Like, I just can't believe that there's an amp this size. Like, I've seen a lot of amps in my life and they're just always humongous, and so I'm just really impressed with how cute and little this is. By the way, this is the black version. They also have it in more of a cream white version, so keep an eye out for that as well. But there's also a few accessories in here in the box. We've got the USB charger, and then it also comes with this cute little leather strap handle so that you can put it on your amp to make it a little bit more portable. So let me do that really quick. Is that not just the cutest thing? This leather strap, by the way, it's like kind of got this like felt lining. It feels really great, and I love the black and red like color scheme that they have. It looks very cool, very like electric guitar. All right guys, so let's go ahead and jump into some of the features of this amp. So starting here at the top, we have a few, this is like the control panel, and we have a few knobs here. So going from the left to the right, you can see we have our preset knob, and that just has a few preset tones here that you can choose from. Solo, lead, or rhythm, and then here on top is custom, and that's where you can go on their app and download other preset sounds so you can like play with those in your guitar. Next to that, we have two different knobs for guitar and music, and this is because you can actually play your music through this amp. So basically, if you have like a backing track or something like that, you can control the volume of that separately from the volume of the guitar. And then on the very right, we have our input jack, so you can, just plug in your guitar there, or if you have like a wireless system or something, you could plug that in there. All right, now moving into the back, there are a few more like connections here. On the very left is your headphone jack, you have your aux-in cable, you also have your USB, and this is really cool because something that I do for my patrons over on my Patreon page is create backing tracks, and oftentimes I have to record my guitar through an audio interface, and so it's like a whole separate little machine that you have to use, whereas with this Spark Mini, it looks like I would be able to record the guitar straight into GarageBand or whatever program you're using, so that's kind of cool. Next to that, we have our pair button, so if you press press that, that'll pair to any Bluetooth device so you can play your backing tracks or whatever through it. If you hold that down, it actually is a tuner, so I'll show you guys how cool that is in 1 second. And then of course on the very right is our power button. You just hold that to turn it on and off. All right, and then also on the bottom of the amp here, we have this, like, I think this is maybe where the bass comes out of, and then in the front you have this beautiful positive grid, and it just, like, it's really intricately made. It looks really beautiful. So I'm really excited to test this out. So let's go ahead and plug in let's use my PRS, because that's my best electric guitar. Let's go ahead and plug it in and give it a try. All right guys, and here's voice over me to explain how the tuner works on the Spark Mini. So after turning the amp on, go ahead and hold down that pair button until all 4 preset lights flash twice. That means it's in tuning mode, and then you basically just want to give one of your strings a pluck, and if the bottom 2 lights light up, that means the string is flat. If the top 2 lights light up, that means the string is sharp, and if the middle 2 lights light up, then that means the string is in tune. So then you just want to repeat that for each string before you're ready to jam. All right guys, so as you saw as I was tuning my guitar, the preset knob has these LED lights on the side, and when you're in the tuning mode, they actually help you tune your guitar. I just use that to tune my guitar, and it sounds pretty good. So let's go ahead and try out some of these presets. All right guys, so let's go ahead and just go from bottom to top. The first preset here is rhythm. So let's just give it a listen. Alright guys, so next we have the lead setting. Alright guys, and the last preset here is our solo. So obviously when you're on the rhythm setting, I think that's more for, you know, like strumming and rhythm and stuff that I'm more used to playing. However, I did want to just play a little bit on the lead and solo settings that is more in line with what I think people, you know, would use this for. So if you're following my electric journey, you'll know that basically the only song I know how to play on the electric guitar is Sweet Child of Mine. So let's go ahead and give the Sweet Child of Mine solo line a listen on the lead setting. And here's that exact same line on the solo setting. Alright guys, so I won't know until I'm editing how the microphone above me is picking up the amp sounds, but I do want to say that some of the settings are a little bit louder than others. Like the solo setting is really quite loud, and I'm actually really impressed with how loud it actually gets from such a tiny little amp. But something that I was really looking forward to is volume control. Like I said with the Fender Mustang at the beginning, it does get really loud, but it kind of stays really loud. But this one I'm really excited because it has such a wide range of volume that you can really use. So I'm going to recruit the help of my wonderful husband to kind of demonstrate that for you guys. So the volume is kind of in the middle right now, and I'm gonna see how quiet we can get it with it still being, you know, clearly audible. So pretty quiet there, and I love that it was so adjustable. Like the Fender Mustang, it's really hard to get it in that perfect little volume where it's just barely audible, but this one seemed to have no trouble with that. But now let's go ahead and see how loud it can get, and pre-warning in case this, you know, blows up your mic, just be aware. I'll give you guys a warning. But let's see how loud I can get. Alright, so it gets pretty loud. I'd say on a scale of like Peaceful River to like needing earplugs, definitely needing earplugs even though it's such a small amp. I'm so impressed with how loud it's getting. I don't know how it picked up with the microphone. Hopefully you guys didn't hear a lot of like static, but I'm just actually really impressed with how loud this thing actually gets. Alright guys, so my awesome husband went ahead and downloaded the Positive Grid app off camera, and we went ahead and Bluetooth paired the amp to the app. So I'm gonna go ahead and screen record so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. But on the home page, you can see, you know, your amp is set up here, and then on the bottom there's like a little menu, and if you go to the second one, that's where you can find backing tracks. And so if you pick one of these backing tracks, it'll play through the amp, and then you can play on top of it, which is really cool. And then they even have this little video icon here, and this is like so that you can like record. It's like performance mode, right? So I can record myself playing back to the backing track or whatever it is that I'm practicing with, and it'll record it for you so that you can actually watch it back and like, you know, see where you can improve, like things like that. And then of course there's this menu here on the last part. But something I wanted to try was to download some of these custom presets. So if you go to this cloud at the top here, you can actually search for different songs, and one of the only other songs I know how to play on the electric is Brain Stew. So I'm gonna go ahead and look that up to see if they have that preset in here. And there it is, Brain Stew by Green Day. So I'm gonna go ahead and download that and save it. Okay, and so now let me go ahead and try to play a little bit of Brain Stew with this preset on and see how close it sounds. Alright guys, so that kind of wraps up my, you know, unboxing and first impressions. As I said at the beginning of this video, I'm very much still in my beginner stage of learning about electric and all of the equipment that comes with that, such as amps and pedals and all that kind of stuff. I know you can totally go down the rabbit hole with all of the things that you can buy for your electric, so I will be, you know, researching more into that. But if you guys have any questions specifically about the Spark Mini, please leave them in a comment below. I can definitely either find out for you or experiment with it for you and like get back to you. If you guys want like a full review on everything that this has to offer, I can do that as well later on after I've had some time to play on it. But thank you so much to Ken over on my Patreon for, you know, suggesting me to try out this amp. Thank you to Positive Grid for sending this to me. And for those of you who are following my electric guitar journey, I do plan on taking a deep dive into that this year and just really getting my feet wet again with learning more songs other than just Brain Stew and Sweet Child of Mine. So if you want to follow that, make sure to check out this playlist here and, you know, just continue coming back to my channel because I will be doing a lot more vlog type footage using the Positive Grid because I think that this is going to be a great match for what I'm looking for in an amp. So you'll be seeing this little guy around on my channel some more. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found this entertaining or helpful or whatever you were trying to get out of this video. Again, I will talk about this a little bit more later, but thank you so much for watching. I hope it helped, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!